So over the weekend, I talked about the fact that Donald Trump had a very big meltdown this past week on Truth Social, talking about the boxes hoax, and it was all caps, and he seemed to be freaking out and admitting he's not going to win the 2024 election. But there's a reason why Donald Trump did start freaking out about the investigation from the special prosecutor Jack Smith last week. There is a reason why he specifically mentioned the, quote, boxes hoax. And that is because on May 16th, so last Tuesday, Donald Trump was he was made aware, I guess is the way to say that. He was made aware of the fact that on May 16th, the National Archives itself sent information to Special Prosecutor Jack Smith, and they did let Donald Trump know that we're going to provide him all of the evidence that shows that we told you, we told your staff, we told your friends, we told every single person we could find how to declassify documents, how to request that you get to keep certain documents before, of course, you left the White House and decided to take all that crap with you. To put it another way, the National Archives sent Donald Trump notice just to let him know, like, hey, man, you kind of pissed us off a lot for the last 2 years. So just so you know, we've got evidence that you definitely broke the law, and we're about to throw you as hard as we possibly can under the bus. So just putting you on notice, you're screwed. Now, that is exactly what the National Archives should have said in that letter, because based on the evidence, that is what they did. As I said, the National Archives has now turned over evidence to the special prosecutor saying that, yep, or proving, not even saying, proving that we told Trump how to declassify things. We told him how to go through making the request so that he could keep these materials. We told his staffers the exact same things, and we've got all this evidence right here that proves that we did that. So why does that matter, right? Because we know Trump took the documents. We know they were not declassified. So why do we need this evidence, right? When we know these things already happened? I'll tell you why. It's actually a very important reason we need this specific evidence. And it is this evidence that could be the turning point in this case. Because what this evidence proves is intent. If Donald Trump was in fact made aware of the fact that these items were not declassified, but here's how you declassify them. You cannot take them with you, but here's what you need to do if you want to take them with you. If he knew those were the channels, which is what these documents allegedly prove, and then chose to not do it, then that shows intent. It shows that he knew this is right and this is wrong, and he made the decision to do the wrong thing. In many instances, especially in a case like this, if you do not have intent, you do not have a crime. And this information, these pieces of evidence from the National Archives could very easily prove intent, which might seal the deal on this entire document scandal. Now, what gets me, and I think what a lot of people aren't really thinking about with the documents case here, is the fact that this document case has been going on since long before the FBI went down to Mar-a-Lago. And it is a little weird that the special prosecutor is taking so long on that specific issue, right? We know he had the documents. We know they weren't, declassified. We know he's not allowed to have them. So what's the holdup? You should have arrested him that day, right? Well, they were waiting for something like this. They were waiting for that smoking gun to prove that he knew he shouldn't have done this. But another piece of that is that investigation has ballooned. It's no longer about just a violation of the Presidential Records Act. Because as Donald Trump pointed out in the recent CNN town hall, when asked if he showed them to other people, he said, not really. We know that the DOJ has spoken to staffers at Mar-a-Lago that have given a lot of information. So they're now likely looking at other crimes related to the documents, which would include sharing classified information with individuals who legally are not allowed to see it. So that's why this particular investigation that seemed like an open and shut case a year ago, that's why it's taking so long. Because it's far more intense and probably involves a lot more charges than most of us realize. And if what the National Archives just turned over to the special prosecutor last week says what it says, then yeah, Trump's in pretty big trouble, and that would explain his recent freakout. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.